everyone, and welcome to Club 1, Episode 10 of Rolling in the Isles, a British Isles Journeyman series with me, the United City FM. So, a little apology, just again, I've still got a bit of a cough and a cold at the moment. It's lingering somewhat, so I hope that doesn't spoil the enjoyment too much of this particular episode. So let's get into this particular episode, episode 10 of Club 1. Club 1 being Cobb Ramblers. You can see the league table here suggests that we sit top of the table on goal difference at the moment, above Drogheda Utd on 31 points each. It's been a really, really good few weeks. So you can see that right the way back since the sort of the latter part of April, since then we've been on a very good run really. Couple of draws in there, but some good wins in there. We also had our regional cup final, the Munster Senior Cup final, that we beat local rivals Cobb Wanderers in. Sorry, we are Cobb Ramblers. We beat Cobb Wanderers in that and got a bit of silverware, which is really positive. Since then, we've had two not Premier League games. See, my brain is not working today because I'm not feeling fab. But anyway, enough about that. We've had two games in the First Division of Ireland since then. One where we drew 1-1 against Galway United. Bit disappointing, but you know those sort of results happen occasionally. And then the last game that we played a couple of days back was against Athlone Town, and we beat them 3-0 quite comfortably, and it was a good win in the end, and that helped cement us at the top of the table, which is really positive. So let's go and look in depth at the top of the table a little bit. You can see that we are sitting on 31 points. And we've played 18 games, and we are completely even with Drogheda other than a bit of goal difference. And then we've got a bit of a gap of 4 points down to Longford and another point down to Bray in the top four. Originally, considering we were supposed to finish bottom of the table in terms of the preview of the season, you can see that we're doing much, much better than that. And that's really, really amazing. We're 18 games in out of the 27 that we've got to play. So 9 more matches left. I think a top four finish is looking pretty good at this precise moment. So yeah, I'm very happy with that. In terms of today's match, we do play second place Drogheda, which is why we put that particular match in, because I knew it was going to be top of the table clash. So we are going to play them in a second, and you can see that it's an important clash. If we can get a win over them somehow, then I think, you know, that's looking really, really super strong for where we want to finish at the end of the season. So if we go and look in on the schedule, you can see that we are away from home, unfortunately, which gives Drogheda a bit of an advantage. And then we've got the likes of Bray coming up quite soon as well. So a couple more tough games to play. We've still got Longford to play as well, a couple of others in there between now and the end of the season. You can see that we've also got the Senior Challenge Cup first round coming later in August, something to look forward to. But in terms of First Division matches, yeah, we've still got a couple of really tough games to play. So there's no certainties about anything just yet. But if we can get into one of those playoff places at the minimum, then I will be very, very happy with it. In terms of the odds for today, you can see over on this right-hand side that Drogheda are slight favourites. That's fine. You'd expect them to be at home when they're sitting, you know, in the top two with us, but I don't mind being the underdog at all. I think we've been pretty much the underdog all season long, and look where it's got us. In terms of players, you can see that we've got a bit more of a variety in terms of players getting involved. A couple of months back, it was all about Robbie Dunn, and he was pretty much topping most things. You can see Turner, our right winger, has the most assists. Dunn is still on the best average rating, but now Brian Murphy has taken over as the leading goal scorer for this particular season. He's come in recently and played very well. So yeah, and there's various other players that are involved in some good stuff as well. The only down point, I guess, about this whole setup at the moment is that whilst we're doing very well in terms of wage budget, and I've got a lot more of my players on semi-professional contracts in recent weeks than I had previously. Some of them were on non-contracts before, but I've managed to change that. But overall, the balance of the club isn't particularly good. The board don't seem too fussed about that at the moment, but we will need to redress that a little bit at some point. I'm not quite sure it's going to be able to be done this season, though, whilst we're still battling on the fronts that we are. So yes, let's go into the tactics screen, and we'll see that Recently, it's been Murphy that's been top scoring, so we are going to put him back in again over Dolan, who's our youngster, who's doing very well himself. It must be said, if we go and have a look at him, he's developing in a couple of areas, which is positive, and he's also got 7 in 12 starts, so, that's not bad. All 3 of our strikers are scoring goals quite regularly. You can see Dunn's got 8 in 18. He's dropped off a little bit recently, but last game that we played, he got a goal, and which is really positive because he'd had a couple of games without. So yeah, you can see that everybody's contributing pretty well. Carlos Edwards, who is nearly 42, who you remember we bought in the summer as a bit of experience, he has now announced his retirement for the end of this coming season. So that's something that we're going to have to address at some point in the closed season, but hopefully he'll continue reasonable form. He does okay. We've got some players that are sitting on the 6.8, 6.6 kind of ratings, average ratings, but it's not harming the team's performance. The team plays very well. It's just that a couple of our key players shine and the rest of them just do an okay job, and that's the way that I look at it. So yeah, I didn't mean to press that button, but there we go. So as you can see, yeah, we're looking in reasonable form. And in terms of the health of everybody, they're all pretty much fit and healthy mostly. The only person out of today's team is Stephen O'Leary, our left winger, our replacement left winger, should I say, just because he played in the previous game and got sent off, and so he's suspended for this particular match. So that means that today's team is going to be Hunt in goal, Edwards at right back, Taylor at left back, O'Riordan and McSweeney in central defence, central midfield of Buckley and Hurley, Turner on the right, Power on the left, Dunn and Murphy up top, with a bench of Lyons, Fleming, O'Rourke, Kennedy, O'Connor, O'Driscoll, Cronin and Dolan. So let's get into this top of the table clash and see what happens. So I've challenged the team passionately, saying we could lose our lead at the top of the table if we get defeated here, so go out there and impress me. Didn't get a brilliant response, did it? But a little bit from Taylor, and everybody else seems to be listening, so hopefully that will bode well as the game progresses. As I say, we're away from home, so we're in mainly our claret strip with our blue trim, and Drogheda are more in their blue shorts and blue and sort of, I guess, what are they, in claret tops as well, possibly, I don't know, red, claret. There's all sorts of ways in which you can describe it. A long shot there, decent long shot, which I think the goalkeeper missed, but it hit the post, but we eventually got it cleared, and Turner comes steaming down that right hand side. Can he get the cross in? He does. Murphy with a shot, but a good defensive block, and then a follow-up strike from Dunn, and the goalkeeper parries it wide. Very good counter-attack, though, from Turner down that right-hand side. Turner with the corner kick. Corner comes in, misses the first man out, but gets cleared by the second man, and it goes out for a throw-in. Throw-in for us down, a free kick for us down the left-hand side. Turner with the free kick, but the loose ball gets picked up by Drogheda, and Highland comes forward and just absolutely just tiptoes his way past all of our defenders and eventually gets the shot in, but Hunt does well and parries it wide for a corner kick for Drogheda. Drogheda United with the corner kick coming into the near post. Good headed clearance by Buckley, and who's going to pick it up? Murphy picked it up, I think, and got it clear, and the highlight ends at that point. So quite action-packed in the first few minutes of the game, really. Both having opportunities. You could see it's fairly even in terms of chances created, etc. So a throw in for us down the right hand side, long to Dunn, gets the header onto it, and Turner storms past his defender to get onto the end of that, crosses to the far post, but it's cleared, but then Hurley comes in and gets the loose header but puts it over the top of the bar. Didn't quite challenge the goalkeeper as much as I'd like him to at that point, but a decent chance nonetheless. They Drogheda go long, but miss out on that occasion. Again go over the top, but McSweeney plucks the ball out of the air. Hurley picks the loose ball up and sends it again out to Turner, who's got the beating of his left fullback there, and he gets a shot in himself, but the goalkeeper parries it wide for a corner kick. But yeah, you can see that Turner really has got the beating of his defender on that side. Turner with the corner kick comes in, McSweeney underneath it, but the header goes way over the top of the bar, and we still maintain 0-0 after 25 minutes. But it's a good game. It's quite action-packed and quite lively, and we can see that we've created enough shots to know that we're in the game still and really pushing for a result here. Decent enough possession, for the style of play that we have. That's not too bad, and it looks like we're going to go in at half-time maybe at 0-0, or One last attempt here off the corner kick. Turner again with the corner. Goes in, and there's a loose ball, and we get a second bite of the cherry from Murphy, and he gets a goal just at the end of the first half. Done with the first opportunity, parried out by the goalkeeper. Murphy latches onto the loose ball and puts it home for 1-0 after 45 minutes. Here's the opportunity by Dunn. Good shot stop by the goalkeeper, but unfortunately Murphy's right in the path of the ball, and he puts it home, and we go in 1-0 at half time. Brilliant first half, and we're going to tell them that. We're going to assertively say, I'm going to say things are going well, but I know you're capable even more. Keep them on their toes, keep them pushing for more and wanting more in a difficult environment like playing at the top of the table clash against your rivals away from home. So we've got to keep them pushing and passionate for more. But you can see goalkeeper, and I think there was a central player and a striker all playing at a 7-point-something average rating today. So that's where the joy is coming from. Turner it would be, wouldn't it? And again, there you go, Turner with the cross in, and the first effort is parried out by the goalkeeper, and this time it's done in the right place at the right time. We've got two poaching goal scorers up front today, and it's really showing they're in the right place at the right time. Turner with another driving run down the right hand side, and it's Hurley whose shot is blocked, but that sends the goalkeeper out the way, and Dunn pokes it home into an empty net basically, and we take a 2-0 lead after 50 odd minutes gone. And I think we're looking pretty comfortable at the moment for it. Turner specifically knows that he's just got the absolute beating of his defender. And again, we move forward. What a lovely move that was. Right the way through the centre of the pitch. We'll comment on it as the highlight shows itself, as the replay shows itself, should I say. But yeah, very, very nice move, wasn't it? Starts out wide right here with Turner getting it inside to Buckley, who moves it on to Murphy, who pokes the ball first time to Dunn. And there's Hurley running on from midfield and attacking the ball. And so he gets himself on the end of that pass from Dunn and pokes it home into the bottom corner. And we go 3-0 up against our main rivals. Couldn't ask for much better than this, can we really? What a brilliant performance it's been so far. Taylor with the long clearance. Looks like they're going to pick it up in their defensive area. Can we push them to make a mistake? They get it out from their area down to their wide right, back in centrally, over the top, but nobody's there, and Taylor picks up the loose ball again. Back to the goalkeeper Hunt. What's he going to be able to do with it? He clears the ball long, and Turner gets onto the header and gets it back from Dunn, and now sprints forward, uses the opening for Dunn, and he gets a shot away, but the goalkeeper parries it again, and they get it cleared. But another sweeping move, really, really positive move forward. 68 minutes gone. We're going to just check in with our side and see what changes, if any, we need to make. I'm going to take one of these two yellow cards off, so we'll take Taylor off and put Lyons on the left fullback position. We've got a 6.6 from Buckley. Not so happy with that, so we're going to bring O'Rourke on for him, and Power down the left hand side hasn't had the impact that Turner has had, and we can bring O'Driscoll on now. Normally he's right-sided, but he can actually cover both, so we'll allow O'Driscoll to play down that left-hand side and see if he can unlock that left-hand side like Turner does on the right-hand side for us. But yeah, really positive game. It's been very even in terms of the match statistics for the game, but we've taken all of our chances that have been worthwhile and gone 3-0 up, and we're going to pick up the points away from home at the top of the table clash, which I'm absolutely delighted by. It really feels like this team is beginning to go somewhere. Now, what we can achieve if we were to actually go up next season, I have no idea. It depends, on what we can do recruitment-wise. I'm a little concerned that we're going up maybe earlier than we should if we were to do that, but we can't knock that. If that is provided as an opportunity, then we'll take it and we'll do our best. But yeah, for this particular division, this particular side at the moment are performing very nicely. I'm very happy with them, and it looks like we're going to cement our spot at the top of the table and get a bit of a gap, which is utterly brilliant. One last attempt from Drogheda, and what an attempt it was from Kavanagh, from almost like 40 yards out. Had the time and the space. Nobody was really closing him down. Wickstead picks up the ball here, passes it to his left into Kavanagh, who has to backtrack slightly, gets it out from under his feet, and then decides just to take that pot shot and catches everybody by surprise and powers it into the back of the net. And that was a really lovely strike, wasn't it? 3-1. Disappointing that we didn't keep the clean sheet in the end, But that's the only thing that disappoints me. The rest of it was absolutely spectacular today. Really impressed with those ratings from the side. Going to tell them that I'm absolutely delighted by it all. So passionately will say I'm very happy with the way that you played and the result. That's got everybody looking delighted, etc. So we'll come out and have a look at the newly formed table, and look at that. 3 points clear of Drogheda, 4 of Longford, and a bit and it's Bray that still haven't played their 19th game yet, so they could close that to 29, I guess. But yeah, looking really, really positive, isn't it? I'm very, very delighted by that. Let's go through the news feed. Superior finishing, that's what it was today. It was all about the finishing. Our strikers are on good form. All of the 3 that we regularly use are on good form. Superb done today was the one. But look at that, 8 games undefeated now. Technically, absolutely, there's some draws in there, that's fine, but undefeated in 8 games has been the thing that's really pushing us towards at least a playoff place at this point. And again, you can see that, you know, everybody continues to contribute something to the way that we play. There's loads of good performances in there, and the ones that didn't perform particularly well today will probably do it better next time. Just that's how it was working so far. So let's go into the schedule and figure out next episode. So let's move this down. So what have we got coming up? We've got Bray immediately after this game, so that's going to be a tough one. I think we're going to come back and we're going to play possibly Limerick. So we'll probably do Limerick, Longford and Athlone to finish off the season, maybe in the next 3 episodes, something like that. So yeah, join me next time for Limerick, see if we can pick up another 3 points at that point and see what I can do in between times. We'll have our Senior Challenge Cup first round at that point against somebody that I don't know about yet. That could be either an easy game or a really tough game. We'll find that out later. But yeah, join me for Limerick and I will fill you in on the rest that's going on. But so far, so good. We've now got, 8 games left until the end of the current league season, and we are sitting top of the table, and I'm absolutely delighted by it. So thanks very much for watching. If you're enjoying the series, why not subscribe to the channel, keep up to date with the videos. If you like this particular episode, please click that like button for me. It's really important to help me grow my channel and get seen by others. If you're playing Football Manager yourself, hope you're enjoying doing it. Let me know about your saves in the comments below. But until next time, take care of yourselves. I will see you soon, and bye for now.